So our today's topic is going to be directed writing. We have already covered so many parts of directed writing like letter, and in the last term we discussed a few parts of major parts of the letter writing. Now we are going to discuss what is speech and how it is going to be actually written. Definitely when you are going to propose your speech, when you are going to write it, only then you will be able to deliver it in front of the audience. So first, two major things that you need to keep in mind. There will be audience and there will be your purpose for writing the speech. What are you going to address to the audience, right? These two things must be there. So audience, definitely you are going to, every time you are going to address, you need to keep addressing them so that the focus is there. Whom you are talking to, whatever is going to be done, there must be someone to listen to you. So that is going to be the audience, and that is going to be you. You are going to use you for the audience because you are directly saying all of these things to the audience. Then one more thing, if the audience is students somehow, if it is taking place at school level, you can use a little bit of informal language, but make sure it must not drift the point, it must not drift your topic, it must not actually take it it must not deviate from your topic. Whatever the point is, you must stick to that. You may use some sort of informal, but it's better if you keep using the authentic and factual language, which is full of authenticity, which is full of facts and figures, and which is full of persuasive effects. There must be some sort of persuasion, because being persuasive is very important. You are going to be actually authentic about yourself, whatever you are going to deliver, and the audience must be knowing that okay, what it is that the guy or the girl is addressing us. Then these two things are done, audience and your purpose. Purpose will be done through your rhetoric, persuasive techniques, and we are going to discuss it later on in these major features. So these three basically, rhetorical question, direct appeal and emotive language, these three are going to be this persuasive technique. Persuasive technique is going to be these parts: rhetorical questions, direct appeal, emotive language. We are going to go in detail now about each and every feature of the speech. One more thing that you need to know about writing a speech, it must not look like a descriptive essay. You need to be persuasive about that. There must be some sort of imparting of the language must be imparting your clear and facts and figures. You must be knowing that it must not look like an essay. You are not actually preparing your essay regarding anything. You are going to be to the point about the thing that you are going to deliver to the audience. So first thing, obviously, you are going to introduce yourself. You are going to say to the audience why you are here, what's your purpose, what's your topic of the speech of today is. That's quite natural. Then addressing the audience directly by actually gauging their interest, by actually engaging them in the speech, and you are going to keep engaging them till the end by saying you, what's your take on that, what you are going to do. It's like that. So it's addressing the audience directly. Then quotes must be there. Definitely quotes actually show some authenticity, because quotes are the things that tell you whether the thing is authentic and whether it has some previous knowledge regarding that or not. So here we have this example of the quotes, that scientists have warned us that if temperatures continue to rise, the impact on the environment will be huge. We are actually considering the fact that scientists have said this. So that means that we are quoting somebody, the authorized person who knows it already. That is going to be your quote, not the actual quote, but you can say it in this manner, the way it is done over here as well. Then you have rhetorical questions. direct appeal and emotive language, which is a part of persuasive techniques, which is going to be used in that. So rhetorical question, what is the purpose of rhetorical question? Basically, you are going to re-engage the audience once again by asking them that why you are here, can you do anything about that, whatever you are addressing. For example, here we have the topic that the topic is about environmental pollution and about how you can actually clean up the environment, how you can actually maintain the cleanliness of the environment. So are you somehow a part of it, or actually you do not consider yourself that you have to be there when it's the time of cleaning anything? Because it's very easy to say कि ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है, वैसा क्यों हो रहा है. We are always there, we are always against the things, but when it's time to play our part, we actually back off. So this is going to be the most persuasive part, rhetorical question. You are going to question from the audience that whether you are ready for that or not. How can you actually maintain, or how can you play your part in that? So this is going to be like that. You're going to exploit the audience, you're going to be impressive about your subject, and definitely you're going to convince them in a way that okay, you can do that as well. What are we here for? What is our part? What's our take on that? It's going to be like that. Then the next one is going to be direct appeal. It's direct appeal is sort of argument that is going to be proposed when you know that okay, something is done wrong and it should be changed now. Whatever is happening, it must be changed. Whatever has been happening, it must be changed by us. The person who is going to bring a change in that thing is going to be us. And that's how you're going to actually convince them that okay, get up, we need to do that. We are the people who are responsible for this thing. It shows the kind of emotive language and the kind of persuasive words that you are going to deliver in front of the audience. That's how you are going to make it look like a speech. It must not look like a directive essay, or it must not look like a descriptive essay or something. Essay writing and speech has a clear difference in that. So you must keep knowing that. Then emotive language, obviously you are going to play with the emotions of the audience. For example, if we keep the environment clean, what benefits does it give to us? What kind of improvement can we make by actually maintaining the cleanliness of the environment? And how is it going to be effective for us? Is it going to be influensive? If we as a person, if we as an individual keep on doing that, definitely other people will get attracted towards this thing. Other people will definitely try to do that as well. So it's going to be like this. Emotive language will always be using your emotions. It's always be actually playing with your emotions, that you have to convince the audience in a way that they are feeling emotional about your content. Okay, we have to do that. We are responsible. They are actually, it's the time of turning the table towards the audience. Whatever you are addressing about, you must be very authentic about the fact that ठीक है, हमने तो ये बता दिया, what are you going to do? Why we are here for? If I am right now complaining about something, so is it only okay to complain about that, or we must actually take a step against that? So it's going to be that way. Emotive language is very important. And the last one, and definitely the most important part, is conclusion. Without this conclusion, without concluding your speech, it's not going to be ended. You must be actually proposing some sort of sentences which shows that okay, now you are considering it on a whole, and it must be looking like that ठीक है, okay, take a step regarding this thing. Whatever we have decided, or whatever we have discussed, or whatever we have planned, we need to be implementing that as well. We need to be practical about that as well. It's going to be like that. For example, here we have an example. So I say to you, it's no good waiting for other people to clean up the environment for us. We all can do that. It's like addressing them that okay, if you are responsible, if you consider yourself responsible, then what are you waiting for? Just get up and start doing it. It's like that. So in conclusion, you are going to add up a few sentences which must be ending it on a positive note, on a positive note in a sense that they are ready to do something, they are ready to play their part as well. It's going to be like that. And the most important thing now, whatever we have discussed, there will be definitely few problems when you are going to write it, but I guess the way I've explained it, it must not look difficult because it's very easy. You guys have been actually making the speeches since childhood, so it's not going to be a problem for you. Just keep these things in mind, and paragraph wise, just divide it into paragraphs. For example, introductory paragraph, then 2 to 3 line paragraph when you are directly addressing the audience, then rhetorical questions, then direct appeal, emotive language, quotes, and your conclusion. Each and every paragraph must be very, very authentic. The language must be clear and plain. You must not deviate from topic, you must not drift from topic. It must look like that you are actually sticking to the topic and you are explaining something that you want this to happen. So the emotions, the tone, the intonation, the kind of your body language, the gestures, it must be shown in writing, because it's the time that you are not actually addressing to the audience, but it must look like when the teacher is going to actually, when I am going to check your speeches, so it must be in a written form, right? Whatever we are doing right now, I am explaining it to you and I am demanding that you are going to give me a sort of layout that will be a written speech. So it must look like that there are emotions, there is persuasive language, there is emotive language, there are rhetorical questions, whatever we have discussed. Thank you.